Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Stop waiting. Oh my gosh. Stop waiting, women. Stop waiting, sisters. Stop waiting. I have so much that I wanted to talk about. And I read something recently that this is what I'm going to talk about today. And forgive me for reading to you. And to be sure you know where you are, I am c.René Washington. And this is the Midlife Remix for Black women over 50. And I am so on mission to help as many Black women as possible create what I'm calling your personal Wakanda. Because nobody's checking for us. Nobody's checking for us. And this is deeply disturbing to me. Some of us aren't even checking for ourselves or each other, and it needs to stop. So I want to share something that I just read in AARP's newsletter magazine. They have a magazine, and then they have this paper that comes out. If you're not a member of AARP, I highly recommend that you become one. So much great information. But this is a blurb about Black lifespan. Black lifespans almost 6 years less than white lives. Higher disease rates and greater life challenges, emphasis on the greater life challenges, among other factors, mean African Americans have suffered a cumulative loss of, get this, 80 million years of life compared with white people in the first 2 decades of the 21st century. Did you hear that? 80 million years of life less than white people in the first 2 decades of this century. And this is according to US death certificate data. The findings raise a critical alarm among the need for new health policies aimed at improving longevity for African Americans. I really don't like that term. So, for Black people. Researchers say in a study recently published in JAMA, researchers reviewed US death certificate data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, and compared the age-adjusted mortality rates between the Black population and the white population from 1999 to 2020. 1999 to 2020. Researchers say a cumulative loss of more than 80 million potential years of life for African Americans, Black people, compared with white people from 1999 to 2020 was largely due to increased rates of heart disease, cancer, and infant mortality. The pandemic also widened the gap between Black and white mortality rates. The study estimated the excess life lost among Black people by comparing the age of their death against typical life expectancy. In 2021, white Americans had a life expectancy at birth of 76.4 years. The CDC says for Black Americans, it was 70.8 years. So I wanted to read that because, I want this channel to be about what we can do for ourselves, how we can improve, not only improve our lives, but truly live our best joyful lives. And I do believe that we have a lot of agency in that, in spite of the world working against us. There are so many Black women groups that I'm in that I see that, Black women are taking control of their lives and making decisions for themselves outside of the traditions and the norms. I'm in these expat groups where a lot of Black women are leaving America and living in other countries, or they are de- deciding to live alone, to start their own businesses. There are just so many different decisions because we do have a lot more agency in spite of anything else today than we've had in the past. And so I want everyone listening to the side of my voice to really reflect upon and assess where you are as far as how you're holding yourself back. I coach, a couple of groups, and one of them that is comprised mostly of Black women. Uh, More than one said, I know that I'm getting in my own way. And this is true for all of us. If we are not living life to our expectation or desire, we are getting in our own way. And I know we can point to things outside of us, another person, a job, lack of money. I mean, we have these things that we say are keeping us from doing what we want to do. And listen, I am not minimizing where you may be at this particular point in your life because this world ain't easy for most of us. All I'm saying is that if there you could see even just a little bit of light, just a little bit of light, there are probably resources for you out there that can help you take the next step forward. And for those of us who are blessed to have a lot more resources, personal agency, independence, we too will tell ourselves that we can't. And it's not true. It's about opening your mind to what's possible, seeing things differently, seeing things from a more expansive vision. And that can look like so many different things. Even something as small as, one of the things I'm going to talk about in another episode is about my need for space and how I really have come to own that. And so I just want you to stop waiting for the right time, the right weight, the right person, whatever you think that right thing is, there's either a workaround or another solution, or it's not even real. It's just something you're telling yourself. And so as you can see from what I read, we don't have years to keep giving up. We do not have years to keep giving up. We don't have months to give up. We don't have days or hours to give up. Stop waiting. Stop dithering. Start doing. What does that look like for you? It can look like getting a health assessment and getting it from a doctor who truly sees and acknowledges you. I have stories about women, friends, clients who have been seen by doctors who don't acknowledge us, don't see us. I believe in traditional medicine. I also believe in holistic medicine. And I believe that it takes all of it for us to live the quality of life that we want to live. And so I have traditional doctors, I have a functional medicine doctor, I have a trainer who does strength training with me. I have more than one life coach. I've been to therapy. We have to support ourselves in the ways that will help us help ourselves. So, as a life coach, yes, I help women close the gap between where they are and where they want to be. And I know from personal experience and from client experience that it starts with a decision that we really are, you really are sick and tired of being sick and tired of not living that life that you may feel like is out of your reach. It is not. It is not. Or you can see it, but you're just not quite sure of the path to getting there. The path is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. So get yourself checked out, get the resources that you need, get the assistance that you need, get the professional help that you need, and stop waiting, stop giving up years. Again, I'm c.René Washington. This is the Midlife Remix for women over 50. And I'm not trying to change your mind. I just want you to mind your change.